Yeah, we're super excited to be here today to announce the signing of Fernando Tatis to a 14-year contract. It's a big day for the franchise. It's a big day for the game of baseball. One of the game's most exciting and best talents deciding to make San Diego his home, hopefully for his career. The contract process really started January 3rd. I flew down to the Dominican Republic. I got in the car with Cesar Rizek and Chris Kemp, who oversee our international department. And on the drive from Santo Domingo, just outside of San Pedro, where Fernando makes his off-season home, we just talked about three different paths. And we talked about we could go year to year. We talked about potentially a multi-year deal in which we were to buy out a year or two of free agency. And we talked about a long-term contract in which Fernando hopefully would be a Padre for his career, and we would have him under contract throughout his 20s and his 30s. And in talking, we talked about the positives and the negatives of those situations in that car ride. And Chris talked about the day before he was at the Park in the Park, which is the area outside of Petco, in center field, and he's walking around looking at the statues of Trevor Hoffman and Tony Gwynn, and just thinking about their legacy, what they meant to the city of San Diego, what they meant to the Padre fan base, what they meant to the game of baseball. And we just talked about that third option. When you have a talent as exciting as Fernando, Chris started talking about a statue contract and talking about what that meant to the city and the franchise, and that Fernando may have a chance to, with the type of contract, may have a chance to one day be out there like Tony and like Trevor, and build his own legacy. That day in San Pedro, we talked about a lot of high-level things. We talked about the organization, talked about the farm system, we talked about our scouting philosophy, talked about ownership. We talked a lot about what was important to Junior in this whole process, talked a lot about leadership, talked about his vision for the organization, and how we can be better as a group and as a franchise. And these things really only work when everybody's on the same page. And I think we left that meeting feeling like we were really, there was a lot of common ground amongst everybody. A week later, I think that was confirmed when Danny Lozano, Roger Tomas from the MVP group gave us a call. And they had talked to Fernando about the different possibilities and what he was interested in. And it was very clear he was interested in option 3, long-term commitment from the Padres. He wanted to be one of those very unique players that plays his career in one spot. He loves the franchise, he loves the city, he loves his teammates. And he talked a lot about really wanting to get on that path of that statue contract. So at the same time, I was having conversations with Peter Seidler, and our motives were very much in line. We made what we felt like was a super aggressive 12-year concept. Danny didn't think it was quite as aggressive as we did early. And in typical Toddy fashion, his only real comment was, why not my whole career? And as we got to thinking about things, we obviously shared in that same thought process. And we're here today. I think, one, it speaks to the strength of the organization and what's been built over the last 5 years. And I think it definitely speaks to Fernando's vision and his spirit and what he wants to do with his career. We did really 3 unique things here over the last few years. One is trading an all-star caliber player. His dad loves this story, for a guy that had not played a professional game at the time. I think the second thing was 2019, spring training, actually, when we made the decision to make an aggressive promotion and put him on the major league roster opening day and giving him an opening day assignment on the big league roster. I give a lot of that credit to what my special assistants at the time, Manny Machado, Eric Hosmer, and Ian Kinsler. As players, they came into my office with about a week left before spring training, and they said, you're absolutely crazy if you don't put this guy on our major league team to start, him and Chris Paddock, actually. So had to listen to those guys at that time. And obviously, the historic 14-year contract today is a unique moment.
Wow. I just feel grateful for everything that has happened. First of all, I want to thank Peter for putting their part. Thank AJ for trusting me. To my family, they build me up. What I always say, what I am today is because of my family. How they just brought me out to this life. How they teach me everything, and they'll always be my number one supporters, and they always have been there for me. I want to say thank you to everybody out there that has helped me in my career, every coach that have put their part on my side. They know who they are, and I just want to say thank you. And I'm embracing this moment right now. It just feels great. It just feels great. When you're just a kid dreaming on the field. When my dad was playing, and I see myself playing on the big leagues, being a winner, being one of the best of all the time. And now it's getting more complete. But I'm just grateful for everything, and to the city of San Diego, we're here to stay, and I love this city. I love the fans. I love the culture. I love the vibe, and I'm all about winning, and I'm all about winning in San Diego. So I feel like that's gonna be the big part over here. It feels great all the way around. When I mentioned early, I was just a kid dreaming about this and all about this moment, and just seeing the fact that it's becoming true. Uh, it's just, I'll probably say, one of the best feelings of the world. No, the city of San Diego embraced me since day one. That when I was in the minor leagues, they want me up there, and I will never forget that opening day, my first at bat. How just the fans received me that moment. It just clicked that moment. I felt the love. It was mutual right away, and I said, "This is home. This is home." For me, it's always about breaking those barriers. When I since a young age, because I'm still a kid. I wasn't gonna say a kid, but since since a young age, I was just always trying to break those barriers. I always say age is a matter of time. It's just a number. I feel like my capacity and the work I put in, and the trust they put in me, and I feel like it just feels all the way around, and I feel like it was the right time. That's one of the biggest key factors over here. Just being able to be one of those athletes that kids grow up to. It's just, those are one of the main things that keep me pushing every single day, and just give me more gas to my motor every single day. And like I put this on Twitter, but let's do it for the next generation, because they're gonna keep this game alive. They have made it clear that the culture that we're trying to build over here is a winning culture, and we're going for it. Everybody's feeling it, and yeah, it was one of the big keys to it, because one of the biggest key factors over here is winning, and I feel everybody's on the same page. So that was one of the biggest moments over here. I was already thinking about that since I got to the big leagues. My dreams. The players I admire the most is this. They stay in one team. They build a culture, and they become winners with the team that they just give it the chance. And I'm over here trying to do the same. I'm embracing everything, and I'm just can't wait. It was just family decision. I'm just gonna call it that way. I'm gonna put those numbers first, and then we can discuss about it. But I don't know. I feel maybe we can have three statues through different ways, but we will see what happens. I'm just a kid that's gonna play this game with the same love since I was playing in the backyard, in the house, and I'm just gonna bring that same energy and same love probably until I'm 40. So it's not gonna be 14. Probably it's gonna be even more. I just smile. I just smile because I know the greatness of LeBron. I know the greatness of Mahomes, and the big things that are winners. There's a lot of things I still need to accomplish to be even close to those guys. But I feel like the main thing is gonna be winning, and I'm looking forward to that challenge, and I'm looking forward to be stay next to them. It's not about this year, and how they're mentioning. It's gonna be how they show, especially LeBron is they show it every year, and that's gonna be the big thing for me, showing it every year.